Nice, thanks. All right, so create lookup table. Right, and it's actually a generic. Right, we can give it a default generic that is just object. Oh. I think string makes more sense. But you know what? They're gonna have different like ID names and stuff like that too. Yeah, no worries, Chris. Yeah, it just needs to be environment lookup table. And this is a const. And yeah, because it's environment, we no longer need to make it generic. It is going to take in a list of environments. And published environment. All right, so then object.values. And hey, thanks, Lurker on YouTube. Appreciate you. All right, so then we get an individual environment, and we just want to do something like this. Oh, we need to bring in case as well. And did I make it kebab cased? Let me go look at the Rust code real quick. I can't remember. Yeah, kebab case. Cool. ES module interop should fix that. Cool. Alright, so then it's a simple case of lookup table. And in fact, we can do this too. So it'll be name and environment ID. We probably didn't need that, but whatever. Right, no matter what they pass us, we still have to, like, validate it. So then this is going to be name and case. Alright, so we pass the lookup table out of here. The annoying part is we end up needing to set that for the group that we're in. And we end up needing a group one of these as well. There might have been some way to do this cleaner. I just don't know if it's actually worth the effort. So we got environment lookup. We'll do group lookup. Oh, I didn't want to click that. Come on. Alright, so group lookup table. Environment lookup table. That becomes a Vexilla feature. Oop. Right, because it's feature ID and not ID, yeah, we can't necessarily do this in a very easily generic way. I'm okay with it. Yeah, so get manifest here. Oh, and yeah, we're missing a step there. that'll never actually work that way. Yeah, never mind. I don't think we need that bit. Alright, so error, failed to fetch manifest. Alright, so then setting the manifest. Right, and this is the place where we'd want to actually just call our function that we just created. Alright, so then this dot group lookup table, create group lookup table, manifest.groups. Oh, it thinks that's an array. Hey! Alright. And yeah, G-Bone, thanks for the lyric. And awk, I don't care. Syntax is syntax. Deal with it and move on. Alright, so then this is published group. Oh, yeah, that's not actually accurate for what we're going to have, is it? And hey, what's up, G-Bone? Oh, and you know what? So hold on, yeah. Manifest is here, version is just there on the top level. So I was wrong about that part. I almost want to name this like manifest group. API finally works? Nice. Yeah, we'll do that. And thank you for the bits. Hey, thanks, Jersey. Alright, that should be good. I think our types should be rebuilding. Oh, I don't think they are, actually. Yep, they're not. Cool. Yeah, that would make sense. Alright, cool. So group lookup table ends up being that. Groups ends up being that. We don't want to do that yet. Right, fetching flags is a separate thing. Alright, we do manifest there. Alright, that part's good there. So yeah, the manifest part looks pretty good. Now time for flags. So flags is where we definitely want to do some of that stuff. And it's going to come back with a published group. Yep, we do a lookup of the group ID. Oh, and yeah, this is gonna be it. Group ID is this lookup anyway. Oh, but not twice. So then here, this is just simply if no manifest. And we can bail out ahead of time by just yelling at the user. And hold on. Yeah, this does need to throw. So yeah, this would be manifest is not fetched. So if we don't have a group ID, alright, so there is the get flags. Set flags needs to do a similar lookup. I am, yeah. We'll say group name. That part goes away. And then this dot flag groups is equal to flags. Sure. So then sync flags, very similar. The scrubbing doesn't have to happen twice. We can just pass it through to both. Alright, so then this is same thing. We got to check for manifest. Alright, so file name is getting fetched there. Fetch hook is set in sync flags as it gets called. And what's up, Prophets? How you doing? How's all the hack the box stuff going? Loving it? Nice. Oh yeah, that's the way it'll always be. So let me go find this should function. Let me double check that. I want to make sure that I'm consistent with the order in which they get called. Group name, then feature name? Yep. Here comes the inevitable unban request. Let's double check it. Denied. There's no sorry in there. There's nothing. I'm not saying I don't believe them. I'm saying it's a weird thing to do. So denied. Right? People who go through and delete all of their follows on a regular basis, how fun do you think they are to chat with? All right, so here we go. Flag group should have been there. Oh, and you know what we're missing? Yeah, that's right. So we're doing our group lookup table, but setting the flags needs to do the setting of the feature lookup table. Yeah, so this feature lookup table is it's actually nested, right? Let me double check that over in our types here. Yeah, it's a hash map of hash maps. Yep. And they're based on just the group. So that's the whole groups themselves. Just stays a string. And then this is environment lookup table. So yeah. Technically, yeah, when we set flags, we can set the environment lookup table for it too. All right, so this feature lookup table is then equal to create feature lookup table. Flags.features. We do the same thing for environments. Oh, and yeah. All right, so the flag group is that. The lookup table is that. We create them, we do it. It happens when we set, and we should be good. So now all this stuff should be able to be looked up later, and we don't need to do this find. All right, environment ID would go here. Environment ID is this dot environment lookup table, not this. All right, feature name. And we have to do a similar thing to get the feature ID too. Oh, we actually... Yeah, I'm doing this part wrong. That would be this dot environment. There we go. Yeah, and this is like the meat and potatoes, the whole damn thing. So yeah, a lot of this logic needs to be done. Some of it's still actually there, which is good. All right, so environment. Right, and yeah, this is a different thing. So then environment. And hold on, why am I doing this dot warn? Oh, that's right. Does that mean I created a this dot error too? Just warn? Yeah, we'll do a this dot warn. So yeah, the places where I'm checking for flags being suppressed. I forgot I had those utilities. Cool. All right, so then this part. Need to get feature ID. So, why did you spam us with that link, core code? Alright, so then this would be feature name, right? Yeah. So then similarly, we want to do something like this. There we go. And what's up? How you doing, silly? What you up to? Oh. Yeah, we actually want to do it in environment. And yeah, we're calling it feature. I made it a const, didn't I? The flag would be toggled remotely somewhere else, and your application would be fetching that flag behind the scenes. I would say if you want to learn more about feature flags, there's some links in this command. Check out featureflags.io. That's one good example. right? One good site with like a lot of good information. It's made by LaunchDarkly, so just remember they're going to try and funnel you to their service, but, you know, that's fine. Still a valid piece of informational content. Yeah, no worries. And hey, this stuff starts looking pretty good. Hey, what's up, Ricardo? How you doing? Sorry, I just saw a good reply. If we wanted rainbows and flowers, we'd go watch Rainbow Bright. That was a good comment. Thank you, Mr. Burton. All right, so technically, we need to check if we're within schedule right now, too, and we don't have a function made for that. But we've fixed pretty much all of the, like, full-on errors, which is good. So let's crunch some of this up so we can scroll around a bit easier. It is a little funny to me how much quicker that some of this stuff goes in the TypeScript. Oh, here's a good question. Since I got a lightning talk accepted for React Summit in New York in November, we started drinking some of this yesterday as a celebration. Should I continue sipping on this today, right, as continuing the celebration, or should I switch back to the Woodford Reserve because it's just another day again? But this is quite good. It's a little harsh. It definitely needs like a couple drops of water to cut some of the bite, right? But it's very interesting that the burn doesn't hit you till like the back of the tongue instead of like the front of the tongue. You're thinking, keep sipping on this? Yeah, I'm down. I think that's a good plan. And yeah, I'm good. How about you, Ricardo? Like, anything fun? Yeah, technically yesterday we found out about getting accepted for the lightning talk, but we're still celebrating. All right, so yeah, I do need to get more water because I'm out of water right here and in my jug. Our next bit is we need to actually start handling the scheduling. One thing we could test first is just making sure that we didn't break gradual and toggles. That shouldn't be a big deal. So yeah, toggle and gradual are all we even have right now. So I think that's fine. The more fun part would be writing the schedule logic anyway. So we'll do that. Give me just a sec. Gotta go use the restroom. And I'm gonna pour some water. BRB. All right, I am back. All right. And yeah, how's everyone doing? Any fun plans for the week? Technically, Baldur's Gate 3 releases tomorrow. So I think I know what my Saturday night's looking like. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday, depending. Studying for a project that's coming up. Ooh. Feel free to discuss, making sure that you don't, dox anything, right? Vague descriptions of things that everyone deals with. Not a big deal. But yeah, nothing company specific, nothing implementation specific, nothing unique to code at your company, etc. So no worries if you don't want to say, but yeah, happy to help with some of the study if you need. Right? Any keywords, etc. I can help feed you, just let me know. Assuming that I even know anything about it. There's a likely chance I don't. It's fine. Alright, so we got some whiskey lemonade. And I meant to hit up a coworker. Alright, sorry, just had to click one thing at work. We got this, we do this thing at work that hopefully we're not going to need to do a bunch of, but it's like a spring cleaning in which we just knock out a bunch of the styling changes and just minor things that would actually take more effort to create proper tickets for than would be the actual thing to fix and change. So instead, we just have a session, 2 hours. We've done it 3 times. I don't think we need to do many more until we get another big list. But still, some of these things, just let's fix a font weight here, remove a border there, just adjustments. Oh, this is inconsistent towards the thing next to it. Could we line up font sizing for it, right? Super chill and very productive. And the app looks way more polished because of it. So it's pretty cool. See, I like being at a company that's not a massive stickler for like the agile process, right? Use it when it makes sense, throw it away when it doesn't. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, so not code, sadly. Sysadmin that is building out a new virtual setup for a school's CS department. Oh, cool. So when you say virtual setup, like remote teaching stuff? Am I getting that right? Or more like virtual reality type stuff for actually like learning augmented reality or whatever. Some of it's for remote stuff. Then other stuff is for on-site students as well, even. Okay, interesting. Cool, man. Yeah, sounds fun. I know nothing about that, so I have no way of helping. But I'd be curious what you figure out if you're willing to share later. Like, you know, later meaning today, tomorrow, a week from now, whatever. But yeah, that sounds interesting, man. Right. I was thinking virtual in a different way. If they had said virtualization, that would have made sense for me. What I was thinking was virtual in the way of, like, other virtual type things, right? Remote learning, virtual reality, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't thinking about virtualization. So, good call. That was me mistaking it. In the future, Van Helios describing that to people as virtualization, if that's what you're talking about, that would probably convey it a little quicker. But not a big deal. All right, so what I want to do here is... Yeah, right? It's one of those things that, like, the word is so overloaded with different, like, close enough definitions that it's hard to know, like, without more clarification. All right, so what I want to do real quick... Yeah, we need a whole separate thing. Yeah, we'll just create a new file for now. So scheduling.ts. And then there will be a test scheduling.ts. All right, and we can pretty much just take the model of what we did with our scheduling stuff here. And we'll leave that. Oh, okay, cool. So virtual pods that the student will use for labs. And pods in that context, is that for virtualization reasons, or is that more like their team and like working together as a team and having, you know, like collaboration type stuff, right? Is a pod a group of people, or is a pod a group of containers or something? And yeah, no worries then, Helios. Like, honestly, talking about it with us will help you talk about it with other people, help you write your proposal doc, etc. Like, you know, all sorts of stuff. All right, so yeah, this test, we need to pass in our own version of now. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, safe is schedule active and is scheduled feature active. We don't need the safe one. But simply is schedule active would be important. But is scheduled feature active is really what we want to be passing at the top level. Safe is schedule active simply calls safe is schedule active with now, which simply calls is schedule active with now. So is schedule active with now, and then maybe is schedule active, and then from there is scheduled feature active. So those are the three functions we really need. Alright, so the props for these can be pretty much the same. Schedule, schedule type. Yeah, because schedule type is not contained within the scheduler. It's on the outside. So yeah, we got to just pass that in. Oh, wrong place. Schedule type. And now it's just a number, right? We'll just be doing date.now. So then the next part is this, where we pass those, and this is just feature. Actually, hold on. Yeah, it's just feature, because feature contains the schedule and the schedule type. All right, so then this would simply be something like return is schedule active. This would be feature dot schedule Feature.schedule type. Oh, and Vexilla feature schedule is no longer optional. Alright. So, it would return that. This would then return const now is equal to date.now. Is schedule active with now, and it's the same things. Boom. And then this is the one that has to do all the work. Oh, okay, okay. Networking, yep. Oh, yeah, you'll totally be fine. Yep. I think we got a lurker right now that's done some of that IT type stuff. So yeah, if you got questions and concerns at some point, right, like the networking specifically, they might be able to chime in. But yeah, I haven't had to build out like a major network like that before, so yeah, I'm not sure. So yeah, no, I get you. Virtual pod is basically a Docker container. Cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, so this is gonna be the heavy bit. And what up, Alga bro? How you doing? What you having for dinner tonight? And yeah, I was lurking you for a bit. I think I'm on Acorn now, right? How was the day? And yeah, everyone else out there, you got your TwitchCon tickets yet? Got your hotels lined up? I haven't done either, so this is not a shaming session. This is me trying to remind myself too. Yeah, I know you're set, Aldo. I'm just throwing it out there for everyone else. Right? You're on top of it. Which I would hopefully expect of someone who wants to work with a lot of money, right? You save some money by going? Oh, is the rent actually cheaper at the place you're gonna be at versus the one you're at right now? If so, that's hilarious. That's really funny to me. Significantly cheaper. I mean, it kind of makes sense, yeah. What up, Robotech? How you doing? Here's the thing though, Algo Bro. If we do it right, drinks are on the casino, right? You can just play some penny slots at any casino bar, and you get free drinks anyway. Now, technically, I'd probably still pay for like higher shelf stuff. They're gonna give you Monarch. Anything from like HRD, like Hood River Distillery. Gross. Gross. I don't like it. Dude, I bet. Yeah, proud of you, man. I know for a fact I could probably do that, and I'd probably also, like, once I lost the weight, be able to maintain. Because at this moment, I'm not, like, putting on weight, which means I'm at, like, the calorie level of just, like, maintaining. But it means I'm going to have to do a couple days of, like, cutting. Right? Just to, like, crunch it down further and further. Now, quitting drinking would totally help. Meh. But dude, yeah, proud of you, man. Good work. My goal is to take it slower with it, at least. We'll see how that goes. That makes sense, Algo, bro. I do want to point out, though, like, exercise is not the way, right? Diet is the #1 way. Right? Have you measured 25 miles in 72 minutes? I'm gonna guess you're burning maybe 300 calories over that. 950? Okay. I'd like to see some proper metrics on that. Max resistance at 1 mile altitude. "25 miles is pretty far?" Yeah. Let me put it this way. The 5 miles I do on my bike is about the same calories as my walk. Right? Because it's more about just a half hour of activity. So 25 miles over 72, that is some strenuous stuff. I'd say, yeah, easily double. So I don't know still. Like 950 seems like an overestimation. But maybe I'm wrong. Like, I don't know. I think one important thing is your muscles actually get more efficient over time, too. "25 pounds after you stop?" Yeah. I mean, I'm down 15 from last June. Yeah. So I want to say, though, those bikes are typically vast misestimations. Like, I don't know how to phrase that any better. I don't know. Maybe, you're probably right. I don't know. If they tell you more, you'll be encouraged to do it more. Yeah, I'd like to see, like, some empirical measurements of how accurate those things actually are. Yeah, I just don't believe that, though. I don't think so. But I don't know. Yeah, not sure. I mean, I'm going off my Apple Watch for a walk, too. I think the biggest thing is a lot of those make assumptions on the size of person doing it. Right? So that your passive calorie burn, not active calorie burn, may be overcompensated for. If you're a smaller person like me, the passive calories they're estimating on that is probably nowhere near accurate. So I'd be curious to know what percentage of those 600 or 920 is active calories versus passive calories. Right? Like, you burn something like 2,000 calories a day just by existing. It's not 2,000. There's some number based upon your height, weight, muscle mass, etc. Brain activity is a big part of it. But, yeah, like, you burn calories just by existing. A lot of those, like, measurement tools really just overcompensate in that regard. Okay, so there you go, Algo. So maybe the 950 is lower. Yeah, I'd say my resting burn is probably like 1200. Like, it's really not much. There is a huge margin of error there. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Silly's over on a channel that I'm lurking too. So yeah, we'll see you in a bit, Silly. No big deal. Yeah, either way, you're killing it. Great job. I'm not trying to like throw it down, like throw it under the bus, whatever, right? I'm just simply saying I'm typically pretty hesitant to trust calorie counting like software. Right? I don't even necessarily count or like trust like apples. Yeah, the results are what matters. Yeah, for sure. New pants, new belt. See, that's the measurement that matters. That's the important part. That's it. I can fit into pants that I barely fit into last year. So those 15 pounds I lost, woo, we're good. But yeah, I could stand to lose another 20. Technically, at 145, that's like my athlete weight. So 150 is probably like a healthy measurement. Realistically, no, I was down at like 135 when I was snowboarding every day. So that was my athlete weight. But remember that it doesn't involve like big muscles to snowboard. It's all endurance. So yeah, my like, you know, my athlete weight was 135. I think 150 is probably like a healthy sedentary weight. So that's like the goal. If I could get to 155, I'd be pumped. At 165, could definitely be better. And remember, I'm a little hobbit person. I'm like, I've been telling myself I'm 5'6" for years, but I think I'm actually 5'5". I don't know. Hard to tell. I don't have any way of measuring. I do have a tape measure, actually. If I really wanted to be a dick about it, I'd probably say 5'5.5". Anytime someone says the half, you can just take that half right off. Really, Dagley? Like, what were you athletic doing? Was that like football or something? 5 3/4. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, was that like a football weight? Because I could believe that. Basketball, you wouldn't need much strength. Unless you were like a center. Oh, like Olympic lifting and powerlifting? Gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah, when I say athlete weight, you really got to consider like the activity then, huh? Yeah, for snowboarding, I didn't need muscles. In fact, muscles made more of like an issue when you hit the ground and your body is exhibiting more leverage on your poor joints. So yeah, being like a featherweight is the move. All right, so here we go. Schedule, schedule type, and now. So we'll minimize that. This is the one we care about. Unreal Engine has always been free, so you are definitely trolling. Hey guys, I made Node.js free for this month. You're welcome. Just for you, I'm going to let you guys use Rust for free this month. You're welcome. Uh-huh. Whatever you say, spammer. All right, so we're definitely going to end up needing day.js. I don't think we have that one yet. Ah, that's for the app. Yeah, so we got to go over to client TS now. Oh, buddy. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to fix. So, I'm just going to do this. All right, we're going to do a bunch of if, else if type stuff. So if schedule type is empty, which is fine. Technically, we could do if no schedule type. And then from there, schedule type is both global and environment. So no, we don't need the if else if there. Right? We just return ret run. True. All right, so then from there, we need to get our start date and our end date and check if it's even an active date. We'll just say 0 for now. Const end date 0 for now. But we're probably going to want to do some other things. So really, they're going to be day.js objects. Any minute now. There we go. All right, so we bring in day.js from day.js. We probably don't need relative time. I don't even think we need the UTC thing. Yeah, I think we're good. So then start date ends up being day.js dot, or actually day.js, still dot UTC. Oh shit, hold on. Day.js UTC is a separate thing. Yep. Whoops. All right, so day.js.utc, and we pass in schedule dot start. Schedule dot end. Current time. Hey, Ched. So Mr. Friend, if you just do exclamation point song, you can get the link. And that goes for anything we ever play, so, yep. If I'm ever playing something that doesn't work for, then I messed up. Man, we haven't seen Theo stream in forever. I was actually just, like, thinking about that. He used to do, like, the Wednesday stream, like, really consistently. Hmm. Yeah, he's been moving. Yeah. But we know that he has his, like, recording set up, right? So, yeah. That's interesting. I think I remember him saying via tweet that he doesn't have fiber where he's at, and maybe that's part of the problem. I know, exactly, Owen. But yeah, Chad, how you doing, man? 31 months. That's a long time. Yeah, thank you, dude. What you been up to? I need to get back to CJ, too, though. Because I actually, like, sent him a message for Denver script, wondering if I could do a remote talk, which would be kind of cool. But actually, like, a plane flight isn't that bad anyway. So yeah, I might try and, like, head to Denver script and give a talk about something random at some point, just for fun. Just to get out of the house a bit. Yeah. So CJ, or Coding Garden, runs the Denver script meetup. Yeah, I hit him up and he said that I think October and November are open. I'd have to double check that and, like, read it again. Yeah, late October is TwitchCon, so I was trying to avoid October. And then November is, I forget what part of November, but React Summit, which I'll be giving a lightning talk at in New York. Well, maybe. I'm not sure if I'm on the in-person day or the remote day. I'm fine with either. But no matter what, I believe that gets me a free ticket, gets me to, like, the speaker dinner and into the party. So yeah, I'm going to React Summit in New York, which I'm totally down with. So that's happening in November, I forget when. Maybe he said September and I forgot. I'd have to double check that. All right, so what we need to do now is we'll do it this way, is before, and what up, Evden? Been a little bit, how you doing? And that date is start date, or current time is after and hey, what's up, Randy? How you doing? But yeah, you know, still applying for jobs. Oh, I'm sorry. I will point out, Hacker News had a thread of, like, who's hiring. They really don't have a good search, though. And Evden, have you hit up work at a startup before as well? There's all sorts of companies that have been Y Combinator funded. Oh, you have it? Oh, Ty Sweezy, thank you. 1 second. I'm sorry, Ty Sweezy. Yeah, there you go. So there's the link. I got it. I can grab it. Copy link. That's what I was looking for. So here's a link of people who are hiring. It includes remote interns, etc., blah, blah, blah. But, you know, like, people got to actually say it. US only due to data confidentiality, so maybe not that one. But, you know, like, could be worth looking at. So I'd say check out, actually, like, if you're a job searcher, check out some of these, like, websites that aggregate these things. Again, I don't know. It's worth a shot. If you click interns. There's 2 jobs hiring for interns. Oh, yeah, my bad. Sorry. So yeah, something to consider. Check it out. See what you think. There's workatastartup.com too, and it includes startups from all over. You know, it's worth a shot. I would also say, are you getting interviews at all? Yeah, so this is your first job, and that's going to be the tough part, because a lot of these companies are getting overloaded with juniors trying to get their first, like, job in the industry. Here's my first question to you. Do you know WordPress? Have you avoided learning WordPress because of, you know, memes about it? You know it but hate it? I'm sorry. Hatred in tech is bullshit. Stop hating tech. Get good with it. WordPress jobs are heavily prevalent, and getting them is much easier than other jobs because of the memes against it. So learning PHP, modern PHP is actually awesome. Right? Modern PHP is actually pretty damn good. WordPress is a place to do it, and there's a lot of jobs for it. Client agencies need a lot of, like, WordPress devs. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. At this stage in the game, you can't be picky. WordPress is your #1 chance of getting a first job in the industry, because too many people see tech influencers talking shit on it and think that they might as well not even try. My first real job in the industry was WordPress. Seriously. Bite the bullet, recognize that it's only as bad as you make it. WordPress is actually extremely valuable and useful, and you can write really performant websites with it, as long as you prevent the bullshit plugins from getting in there. Do you know how to do that? Probably not. Right? If you don't know how to lock down the interface for the client, you got a problem with that. So, Evden, that's exactly your problem. Beggars can't be choosers, man. Not in this economy. You have been shooting yourself in the foot by disregarding legitimate jobs that could totally allow you to grow into application development. That was why I got hired. They needed someone to do some WordPress immediately, but they wanted to get into application development because that's where the money is. I simply said the right thing in the interview. Yeah, WordPress can totally do the right thing as long as you lock down the environment, blah, blah, blah. But I'd love to be developing applications. So job-ready WordPress skills are a bit fuzzier. Yes, 2 weeks if you're diligent. That means knowing how to create your own plugin. That means knowing how to create your own shortcode. That means knowing how to restrict the user interface so that they can't install bullshit plugins. All these things are something you actually need to learn to make a maintainable WordPress site. Shortcodes are maybe an older way of doing things. Now that there is Gutenberg, there's a different mechanism. Instead of shortcodes, you get like more component-based things. But you're still going to be working with old enough projects that might need to understand what a shortcode is. In WordPress, shortcodes are typically denoted by like square brackets. No, Ebden, life is fair enough. The problem is, you either don't interview very well, or your resume doesn't look right, or you're totally disregarding opportunities around you to get your first job. Get your first job. Who cares what the tech is? Learn that shit. Learn it as quick as you can, get good at it, and recognize that learning new things is actually the skill that you need the most. Sticking your head in the sand like an ostrich and blaming the world because you're not actually looking at the things around you is a problem. So, Mr. Friend, a shortcode is an older mechanism in WordPress for doing reusable things. So you might create a plugin that gives a shortcode to the front end that, is denoted by the square brackets in your editor. And those square brackets would create maybe a YouTube video or something, right? But it only has like the props you're trying to pass to it, not the user trying to paste the entire HTML snippet, right? Shortcodes are basically components. Nowadays, with the Gutenberg editor inside of WordPress, you're going to be dealing with Gutenberg-based. They're not shortcodes anymore, but they're basically components, but it solves the same problem. I'd say, Mr. Friend, at this point, there is documentation about WordPress shortcodes. Just go read it. It is an older mechanism, but there are plenty of things out there that still use them. WordPress has not gotten rid of them because WordPress is very, very much against breaking changes. So I would say their documentation on what shortcodes are and what they can do will serve a lot more than just me trying to explain it to you. That's going to depend on the interview, Ebden. I think one more thing to think about is that sometimes you need to actually just apply for jobs that you don't necessarily want as much, but you'd be willing to take it. Right? And then just go do the interview. There are major statistics that once you hit 4 or 5 interviews, your odds of getting the next job goes up by like 80%. Yeah, exactly, Koopa. For sure, man. Exactly, Koopa. You can make massively performant things in WordPress by only using the parts of WordPress you need and then use your own classes to do, like, the logic. You know what the worst way to do that is? The way WooCommerce does by jamming everything into get post meta. WordPress actually allows you to create separate tables. Not always, because some shared hosting environments restrict the amount of like tables you can create. But that is super old, right? That is a very old school host. WP Engine has no such restriction. But yeah, that is, and what up, Eric? How you doing? That is my biggest problem with memes, and they're just jokes, right? It's a very, like, it's just a prank bro mentality, but they do actual harm, right? The memes against WordPress and PHP do actual harm because people don't think those jobs are worth getting anymore. If it's your first job you're trying to get, any job is worth it. Beggars can't be choosers. There's a whole subreddit about choosing beggars. More important than the tech you work with is your list of experience. If you don't have any, then you can't be picky about the tech you work with. Yeah, a lot of good PHP work, right? If you were to listen to influencers that care about performance and the best languages and blah, 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 you will be misled into avoiding jobs like that. And that's a problem. I think that's a huge problem. Because not everybody needs to deal with Netflix scale. Right? They speak to the problems they have to solve, and that's fine. But it's misleading because it makes people think that's all programming is. Yeah, way over 10 years ago, Dagley. PHP 5.3 was like 2012. And that's super old. Maybe 5.6 was even 2012. I can't remember exactly. But dude, yeah, like PHP 3 and 4 sucked, sure. But people have been writing those memes for years. Under the guise of, it's just a joke. Exactly, for sure. So Ched, you're talking about like Smarty templates, right? Amazing is a very strong word. Yeah, that's actually a very poor approach. It works. It totally works, Jed, but stronger templating languages can help, or yeah, I don't know. It still works, but that shouldn't be in every page. You should have a layout file that you can call. You should have things you can include stuff into in a way to where not every template has header.php in it, right? So I think that was the problem with a lot of versions of that. People would duplicate all sorts of stuff. That said, I do think plates, or basically just PHP as the template engine, yeah, it totally works. As long as you follow very strict rules within it, such as no logic allowed, etc. I do think plates or just bare PHP templating with, you know, a subset of rules about best practices for it was actually cleaner than Smarty and all the other, like, major templating engines. Better than Swig, better than all that shit. So I agree with you there, Jim, for sure. But that's not unique to PHP 4, that's just PHP. Yeah, how you doing, Eric? Okay. So, we are within the date range, which makes it an active date. Sure. And hey, what's up, Filter? How you doing? So schedule time type would be start end or daily. Right? And if schedule time type is none, then we just return true. Right, so from here, this is where we're gonna have to figure out the start time and start date, or start time and end time, actually. Right, so this would simply be right? We return false by default because, you know, we shouldn't even get to that point. So then here, this would be... Yeah, we want to just check for the time type. And what up, Archer? How you doing? Doing well, yeah. Oh. We're gonna do the value first. This is gonna be our... Ah, that was it. All right. So that's start day with start time. All right, so we want to return current dot is after. Oop. Start day with start time, and current time is before end time. So we return that for the start-end stuff. And then from here... So it would be current day with start time, current day with end time. Right? And it would end up being very similar to this. Current day with start time. We actually want to return basically that. All right, so I think we have our schedule functions done now. And man, that was way easier to type. Way easier to just like knock out. We do need to test it, but there is something to it. And yeah, I'm doing well. Doing well. We're just hacking some stuff out. And hey, Mr. Friend, I just saw that follow. Thank you. All right, so we got to write our tests now. So here's something, actually. I don't think we actually needed those prints. Because it should have yelled at us about which assertion failed. So I was just missing that in my testing. I'll leave that, though. All right, so yeah, we should be good here. So yeah, let's do the is schedule active start end. Let's look at some of our other testing too. Yeah, we're not using like a proper test framework. We probably should at some point. Right, so is schedule active with now? What is the date that we're setting for that? Ooh, so our other test could actually have a major issue, but we're doing the with now at least in the daily. Wait, what is up with these functions? Oh, I see, I see. Okay. So it's really this test that I am really confused about. Oh, that's what I did. I made it a utility function. Okay. That makes more sense. Yeah, here in the testing module. Yeah, I'm probably going to want to refactor this. Not sure how yet. But our tests are passing, so I don't want to break anything. What feeling? And hey, you changed your name color. Yeah. Yeah, we don't need to refactor at the moment. So the width now is actually misleading. It's going to be easier to test this, though. Yeah, we could just do is schedule active. But then the schedules are things we got to do. That's fine. Yes, the now part's being done for us. So we just need to set up some of our test cases. All right, so this is schedule for empty. So start end 0, time zone we'll say UTC. Time type. All right, so start time 0, end time 0. So we don't have assert. We're just logging there. All right, so this would be should empty. All right, so should be within schedule for empty schedule, but couldn't, sure. Empty schedule. And we'll start doing comments for that. Global start end. And global doesn't matter, right? This is just start end. And then there will be another for daily. All right, so schedule for start end. What did we name it over here? Right, for doing end. During, not doing. All right, so the way we're doing this, start is then current time plus a day, right? End is current day plus 2. Cool. All right, so we got to bring in day.js. Now dot add. This is 1 day. Yup. Dot. There we go. So that's the value I'm looking for, but it's the number of seconds, not milliseconds. We'll make that 3. Those are fine. So So then, yeah, this part for during. Subtract 1 and add 1. I'm not sure this is actually valuable. Alrighty, so yeah, what's everyone up to, by the way? I think we got some gaming tonight here in about 40 to 50 minutes. Not sure what game we're playing. Haven't heard from Worm, so not sure if he's even available. Looks like he's working. Just had your breakfast? The Bob that I know? Does that mean Bob's my uncle? Sorry, bad joke, bad play on words. When we do the group gaming, it's usually something group-based. It could be Diablo tonight, depending on who joins. It could be... I mean, if it's just me and James... There's always that game, We Were Here, or something like that. I forget the name of it, which is pretty fun. But yeah, if it's like all three of us, I mean, we'll be playing Baldur's Gate 3 here real soon. Baldur's Gate 3 releases tomorrow. I'd love to recruit a fourth consistently for our Wednesday nights. We have to decide if this is going to be the good playthrough or the evil playthrough. But yeah, I almost plan on playing through this with 2, maybe 3 different groups. It'd be cool to get a work group going at one point too. I know there's a coworker that wants to play for sure. And what up, Ethan? How you doing? Wolf Fanatics. How you doing? Thank you for the follow. Very interesting on the refollow, but welcome back. It's been a couple years, so I wouldn't consider that follow-unfollow spam. So, yeah, welcome back. Thank you. All right, so real quick, what I'm thinking is start end before? Is actually not a good test. This is actually just schedule before. Dapstream, how you doing? What are you up to? I like your banner image. Nice. That's fine. Oh, and you know what? No. This is empty schedule. So empty schedule goes first. This would then be empty time schedule. And then we're good asserting those. And then, yeah, we can copy these, and that's where the for start end stuff comes in. But yeah, how you doing, Standard, Mr. Sir? And then, bam, daily. So what we're doing right now is basically setting up the schedules that we need to test against the current moment. And all of these schedules end up being current moment relative, which means we can just add and subtract from now. So yeah, we should be good with that. We're not asserting anything for most of these yet, though. So when we see assert, console.assert is a thing? Wait, what? Yeah, so all these assertions we can actually just do on our own. We don't even need a testing framework. And it should throw, so we don't need to, like, exit or anything like that. Oh, and we want to assert that to be true. Wait, Theo was streaming. Why didn't I see Theo stream at all? Weird. So Theo was streaming today. Never mind. Crazy. Was it just like a quick one for him to like test out his stuff or something? Or maybe it just didn't show up in my list. Yeah, weird. All right, so we make that assumption. Boom, empty schedule should be true. So should be 4, should be false. All right, so then should during. And yeah, how you doing, Standard? Oh, scheduled during. Oh, yeah, no, we're good. Oh, that one should have been during as well. Oh, and this one should be after. All right, so these values are no longer correct. We want this to be. Oh, yeah. This is going to be a much trickier time. Oh, if I could type, come on. Which means this one's probably messed up too. There we go. All right, so for a start end before. So that would be now.add. We'll say 1 hour. I think I actually want to set the time here. Oh, and it's the other way. Whoops. Whoops. I keep doing that. All right, so hour, minute, second. We'll even do the milliseconds. But it's a set. Hey, what up, Janpoon? How you doing? Like it's been a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, what you up to? Oh, you like the fireworks? Yeah, they're fun. We are just unit testing some of our scheduling code because we want to have some, like, at least some assurance that the scheduling code works. That way we can use it within other things, and then our end-to-end tests don't have to, like, explicitly test every little bit. Oh. Bo is now chilling. Sorry, I just saw I saw Acorn doing like the leg raises thing. It's actually bad form to not have your hands under your tailbone because your hands under your tailbone tend to prevent your back from doing that like arch thing that you're prone to do. Right? And that arch is actually really bad for your lower back. In the exact way that like sit-ups are bad for your lower back too. It's just the opposite direction. Hey, what's up, Chrono? How you doing? Yeah, what's up, Yagic? But yeah, what are you up to? No worries, Yagic. See, we dealt with a thing with someone earlier, too, where they were prone to the follow-unfollow BS, right? Like, within a day of each other. And after so many times, like, yeah, obvious troll is obvious. Whereas you, like, you know, you just haven't been here in a bit, so, yeah, no fault, no big deal. You haven't even chatted since 2020, so don't worry about it. Not a big deal. Has Twitch dropped your follow for that long? It's fine, no big deal. Watching Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back? Nice. I know, you lurk. It's fine. I gotcha. I wasn't trying to, like, say anything bad. I'm just saying, like, it's been long enough that, yeah, Twitch totally, like, loses them. I don't do sit-ups. Yeah, sorry, Tobbs. I'll do planks and I'll do that, like, V thing, and that's it. I don't even do, like, the leg raise thing because it actually promotes bad form. Right? Even with the hands under the tailbone and everything, right? You got to get your hands in, like, a triangle pattern under your tailbone. And that will help you, like, yeah, is that what it's called? I know it's actually like a yoga pose, technically, right? But I've only ever known it just from, like, it wasn't even proper, like, Taekwondo or whatever. It was like Zhengye Musul or some shit, which is just a chain. But they taught us, like, a lot of those, like, planks and isometrics and stuff. So, yeah, like the boat pose where you do the V, right? I basically only do those, and then I do leg lifts on, like, the pull-up bar. Yeah, so I've never done yoga, but I do know it is technically a yoga pose. Yoga fire. All right. But yeah, like that V pose. You should absolutely have your hands in a triangle under your tailbone while doing so, because it helps promote just better stability, etc., and focuses less on your lower back, like, holding you. But especially if you're doing like the prone leg lifts or even like bicycle kicks or whatever, right? Any of those where you're laying on your back and you're utilizing your like bottom abs to do, those types of like hip flexor type exercises too, all of those should have the triangle under your tailbone. Or not triangle, but the diamond under your tailbone. Otherwise, you're actually doing harm to your back and causing stress that you don't need. In like the opposite direction as like typical sit-ups do. So typical sit-ups are bad for your back because they force like strain on your back in the opposite direction. Especially lower back. It's not about the tailbone itself. It's that the diamond under your tailbone actually promotes a more stable like platform, and your lower back has to compensate for it less. That's actually it. Yeah, it's not necessarily about protecting the tailbone, it's about providing like a stable like center point. That forces your back to not have to like lift, like do the extra work that it doesn't need to. From what I've read, again, I'm fallible, I don't know, but as a dude who's had lower back problems from shoveling snow, because I used to work terrain park at ski resorts, I've put a lot of like thought and research into how to like rest my back after a strenuous day, how to exercise it and strengthen it before season starts, etc. But again, I'm a fallible human being. I could be a little wrong on that. But as far as I know, stabilizing the base point there with the stuff on your back really does help prevent your like lower back from messing up. Beefy from shoveling, like never in the arms, but in my core, like dude, as a snowboarder, I'm all core. Not right now, but yeah, when I'm in like peak physical condition for snowboarding, I'm only core. There's like leg muscles don't matter. It's only endurance, right? You don't need leg strength for snowboarding. Brussels sprouts, nice. Here's a question: do you have a steamer? Because a steamer is a really good way to get like the Brussels sprouts like cooked through all the way, and then you just sear them. That's a nice way to cook Brussels sprouts. Same thing with asparagus as well. Throwing that out there. If not, no worries. But yeah, I just got a steamer specifically for like dumplings and asparagus and some of those things. Yeah, it means that you're basically just like finishing them in the pan. Right? You just throw it in some butter and finish them, and then you don't have to worry about them being cooked through all the way. Now the key is making sure that you're steaming it for the right amount of time. That can be a little like fun to get down as like a science. I've only ever really done it in like commercial steamers at like when I worked food services as a ski bum, as a snowboard bum technically. But yeah, that's how we prepared asparagus. That's how we that's how we would do potatoes for like mashed potatoes. Yeah. Throw potatoes, quarter them, whatever, and put them in the steamer. That is way better than boiling. Like massively better than boiling. Yeah, honestly, I owe a lot of my like food like knowledge, like cooking knowledge, to when I was a snowboard bum working in like a legit kitchen. I'm not even talking like ski resort kitchen. I'm talking like 4-star restaurant at Mount Hood kitchen. Undercooked is probably fine, so not a big deal. The problem would be overcooked, actually, because it's like kind of mushy. But yeah, thank you for the raid. Appreciate you. Welcome, everybody. We are sipping on a very fancy whiskey today because I got news yesterday that I was accepted for a lightning talk at React Summit in New York. So I'm going to get to go to New York as an adult, which I haven't done before. Yeah, I was like kindergarten age, maybe younger, last time I lived in New York. Technically, we lived in like White Plains, and I just went to like Taekwondo in New York while my mom was at work. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, cheers. I'll cheers you proper here in just a second. Just a sec. And yeah, shit, hold on. Leah, I saw you chat. I feel like I hope you don't feel like I ignored you. You got off work finally. Nice. How's my day been so far? Pretty chill. Like, honestly, we got some good work done at work today. I don't know if anyone else does these, but this is the first company I've even done this at. Basically, I work at what is pretty much a startup, right? It's not like pre-seed, it's not, it's not like early stage startup, but, it's still like a small enough company. And one of the things we do is, recently, we've done some like spring cleanup type things, even though it's summer, I get it. But that's like where, hey, we have a bunch of things that we'd like to fix, but creating tickets for it is more of a time investment than just knocking it out in like a group session together with the designer, like for 2 hours, right? The amount of time wasted just dealing with the tickets of it would be more effort, right? So it's a way of just opting out of the whole like agile pattern, like a ticket for everything, but still like knocking a bunch of stuff out like productively. And it's awesome. Like, yeah, we've made the app look way better recently just because of it. It's, yeah, really cool, like fixing font inconsistencies and blah, 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 right? But they're like super small fixes. They're so small that a ticket for every one would be way too much overhead. Ooh, an Apple Magic trackpad? Yeah, I got 2 of them. I got the old school one that uses double A's, and I got the other one that's pretty much always plugged in, so the battery probably sucks right now. But yeah, so we got the Rust client mostly working for scheduled stuff, and now we're writing the JavaScript client's logic for scheduled stuff, which involves a little bit of unit testing. I don't like to overdo the unit testing, but the scheduling logic absolutely needs unit testing. Because it's part of a bigger thing. Yeah, it's interesting, Preox. The key is you have to have like a PM and a designer that are willing to abandon Agile for at least like a little bit. Yeah, for sure, man. Right? We just have like a slight board or ticket or whatever in which we annotate just our little grievances with the UI in some way, and then we'll just spend like a day, maybe once a quarter, knocking some of it out. Now, granted, the fact that we've knocked out so much lately means that we probably don't have as much to knock out because this is stuff that's been lingering since before I even started at the company. So, yeah, I like the idea. It does mean that a few of you have to be in a working session style meeting, but it works. Like, I don't know. It's really good. That said, hold up. I gotta pee. I gotta pee real bad. So let me go use the restroom. Yeah, these whiskeys are going through me. But I'll see you in a sec. Give me just a minute, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. They have you in meetings already anyway. You've gotten good at tuning them out. Oh, see, that's a big problem. Are you in a lot of meetings that you feel like you shouldn't even be there for? That's a major issue. I really like the tools that show you the cost of a meeting. Like, oh yeah, if we were to equate someone's hourly wage from their salary, can we simply recognize that this meeting is costing the company thousands of dollars? Right? Does everybody actually need to be there? So yeah, I really like tools like that. Is it like a reorg kind of like moment? And yeah, that sounds like a bummer. Right. Reorg, buyout, right sizing, like, yeah. I gotcha. Yep. That's, yeah, it's a necessary evil at that point. But yeah, we are sitting here doing some unit tests. I know Theo doesn't necessarily like unit tests. I would say that when making a library, your external API and the internals of how that library works, I do think unit testing is worth it, and I think he would probably agree. But for most people, writing libraries is an edge case. And I think that's where his like major pushback on unit testing comes from. When building an application, your number one most valuable thing is the end-to-end test. Because some bad CSS could make a button unclickable, you know? And a unit test will never catch it. I mean, take it easy, Whistler. Like, anything could make you go insane, right? If you had phrased it a little differently, I would have had a really good joke borrowed from my parents, right? CSS drives you insane, I'd say it's a short drive. Boom, nailed it. Roasted. That is something my parents would say to each other fairly often. Fairly often. You're driving me insane. It's a short drive. Boom, nailed it. All right, so we want to grab pretty much all of those. Yeah, Nori's ecstasy. Like, simply, like, if you game at all, if you use a mouse at all significantly throughout your day, you should be using a trackpad for the other parts of the day, right? The parts where it's actually making sense. For gaming, yeah, trackpad makes 0 sense. Don't do it. Not worth it. Don't put yourself through that. But most, like, RSI, repetitive stress, is about repeating the motions too much. And some of that is just simply like gripping the mouse and holding it wrong, you know? You can fix that by not using the mouse for at least a portion of your day. And then when you're gaming, well, yeah, you're just, you know, there's less time of that same repetitive stress. So Vexilla, pretty much any game can pay Twitch enough money to get a badge. Trackpad for hobby time, at least. There you go. Yeah, Vexilla, like, games can just pay enough money to Twitch to have a badge created for the game. For sure. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, it'd be crazy for Twitch to, like, revoke those things. Honestly, Archer Zen. No, that isn't the exact advice. It doesn't have to be a trackpad. It just needs to be something different. Right? Even a vertical mouse during work and a regular mouse while you're gaming. Boom, nailed it. Like, not a big deal. Right? The key is you're mixing it up a bit. Right? That's the part that matters. Oh, and Yagic, are you still out there? I just want to point out and brag about, within the past 2 days, I've seen 2 actual, proper, real usages of Followversary bot, which is awesome, right? The thing for Time Enjoyed's thing. Sit stand is a good option. Just remember, doing either for like prolonged periods of time is not great for you. Right? So standing for too long is just as bad as sitting for too long, right? It causes your back to like relax into a way that promotes bad posture. A really good way to at least fight that is to have good like back posture with your chair, right? Butt to the back of the seat, your spine always pressed to the back. Right? If you find yourself hunching forward, you're fucking up. I use a Herman Miller Mira that I got used. And oh my god, I was trying to shout out code. Oh my god. Sorry, Chrono. My bad. Let me do this. I don't even know if we shouted you out proper. It's like I'm smoking weed. Oh, that wasn't it. Oh, how do I can't delete my own comment? No, I can delete that one. Yeah, I did CH. Whoops. I don't even think we did the shout out. I am so sorry, Chrono. But yeah, everyone out there that's watching, like, please, yeah, go check out Chrono's stream. Super chill, super good. Very fun conversations, and he loves to talk about photo stuff. Loves to talk about photo stuff. yeah, he's a good dude. And if you're into photography, very good conversations. I remember some streams in which he was just going through some of his photos from like various trips and stuff, which is cool. All right, so we do those, and we do those. Bam. Streamers for enterprise Java content? Oh, that's Algo Bro, for sure. And keep in mind, I don't know about like what enterprise means in that context, but he does some heavy Java content. Right? He's trying to write the software that will help him run a hedge fund, right? So he's building out his own like trading platform for visualizing all sorts of things and all that. So yeah, Algo Bro, very awesome dude. He was here earlier after he finished streaming. I'll be hanging out with him at TwitchCon for sure. We're gonna try and do some cooking streams. I know I've been saying I'm gonna do a cooking stream for over a year. I finally got all the shit set up. I just gotta like not fully set up. I gotta like actually set the lights and wire up the camera to here and do some like video capture or some bullshit. Yeah, Algo's awesome. Super chill dude. But yeah, he's pretty much the only like major Java dev I can think of in the category. So if you're looking for actual like Java development, he's someone to talk to, someone to check out, someone to lurk. What's up? What's the question? So basically, what was it? Netscape, I believe? I think it was Netscape. Netscape wanted to capitalize on the popularity of Java at the time, and they contacted Brendan Eich, or not contacted, but had Brendan Eich build out a language for browsers that was named after Java, but it's actually more related to like Scheme and some other languages instead. So instead, Ecstasy, I would say look up the history of JavaScript itself, and they'll go way into that. It's a really good read, really worth understanding. There's no way I could cover all that knowledge. Brendan Eich, who used to work at Mozilla, I think he was like CEO of Mozilla at some point even, I forget what his title was. Creator of Brave, the browser, that's the dude. That's the dude that made JavaScript. He did it in 10 days. Not even kidding. 10 days. Was there more he could have done? Probably. But again, he only had 10 days. 10 days, right? What we know of as JavaScript now is the product of many iterations on the language he created in 10 days, right? So what we know of as JavaScript with like let and const, that shit came way later. But the original implementation of JavaScript, 10 days. And it actually served as the inspiration for ActionScript. You remember Flash, right? Yeah. You could do it in 9. There you go, Fresh Life. I dare you. Try. Caveat, you're saying to do it without any sleep, right? All right, have fun. Go for it. I would say doing something in 9 days with no sleep would develop a far buggier product than JavaScript itself. So, on par, there's a Bill Hicks quote. The Bill Hicks quote has someone coming up and saying, like, right? Like, fundamentalists say, we were created in one day. I think he rushed it. Mr. Hicks, we're Christians. We don't like what you say. Well, forgive me. Archer Zen, I've listened to Bill Hicks comedy routines all the way through. Dozens of times. I got too many Bill Hicks quotes in my head. Pull up G13. Here in the catalog it says, destroys everything but the fillings in their teeth. Right? Like, cool, we got all this technology, but couldn't we also use the same technology to, like, deliver food to starving people? Smart bananas! Hey, look, that guy's hungry. Get him a banana. Right? Patriot missile drops a banana right in his hand. Boom. Nailed it. I have lived in the South before. I do want to point that out, but I also like doing accents. I like doing voices. I might pursue some kind of career in voice acting at some point. Career, maybe not, but could I make some money from it? Maybe. I'd like to try. But yes, I've also lived in the South. I've lived in Texas, I've lived in Florida, lived in Arizona, lived in Oklahoma. I'm not great at voices on command, etc., right? Like, hey, do this voice, right? When you're talking about, like, famous voices, etc., I kind of need to hear, like, a reference, and then I can imitate. But that is very different from proper impersonation, right? I am an imitation, not an impersonation, in many cases. So if you've ever seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine, hold on, wait. Let me think of, like, what's a good quote? Like, I don't know. Give me a second. But let me just point out, there's a moment in Brooklyn Nine-Nine where Jake Peralta is embodying Captain Holt, but he needs a trigger phrase, and then he can do the quote, right? So it's, Peralta, that's enough. I'm walking, right? Like, he does that bit. I need a reference, right? Or I need, like, a, you know, like an anchor phrase, etc. For Cartman, my God, seriously, oh my God. Like, not great. Again, I'd probably have to hear it to, like, do it better. Right? I don't think I was high-pitched enough. I could go a little higher pitched. So the Primogen's a little harder. I'd have to, like, I would definitely need, like a prompt. Fortunately, we have AI. I mean, I just want to say, AI voices still aren't good. I just saw a video the other day where it was very obvious it was just an AI voice doing it. Ooh, so Malkovich. Again, I'd have to, like, watch a Malkovich, like, thing to do it right. I'm an imitator, not an impersonator. Now, if it's up to me to come up with a voice for a thing, then I could do it. Yeah, I need to go shout out my 50-month sub over there, too. 50 months! I believe he's the person I've subbed to the longest at this point, too. I might be one of his longest subs. Yeah, seriously. At 50 months, I believe it's me and Beastco. Pretty sure that's it. No, all his founder badges are probably done a different way. He has given me a VIP badge over there, which is cool. I do actually need to be trained on the voice a little bit. Little bit robotic, no big deal. 5 months here, longest you've ever had? Nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, as far as people sub to me, it's actually like up there. I think Raimu has 1 more month than the Primogen. And they're both at like 44 at this point. Like 44, 43, something like that. They're both up there for my longest subs as well. Which is kind of crazy. So, yeah, Prime's the man. Very good dude. But yeah, no, I do need some, like, some kind of prompt to hop into some voices sometimes. But once I get that prompt, I'm pretty damn good at it. For Prime, though, it's a lot harder to do someone like Prime versus some, like, Hollywood-type actors, etc. Because, like, the Hollywood actors, there's just, like, there's more, like, clips and things in my head about it. Yeah, I'd basically have to, like, hear Prime. And again, I haven't even tried and practiced that one either. So, yeah, that would be a little tougher. Especially in this Herman Miller. Right, I could do like a bad impersonation, right? Hold up. Here's Bill Maher. Okay. Boom, nailed it. Alright? If you've seen Bill Maher, I said okay the exact way he says okay. Right? When he's making some point and he doesn't want to actually like use his words, he'll just say okay like 5 times in a paragraph. I don't know who Bill Maher is. I said Bill Maher. It's M-A-H-E-R. If you're thinking of Bill Burr, that's a totally different person. No, hold on. I'd have to really like, yeah, I'd have to hear a Bill Burr quote. Ooh, an H. John Benjamin reference? Phrasing? Is phrasing still a thing? I can't get as deep as H. John Benjamin. That one's tougher. Right? He hits like a register that my voice doesn't like to do. Okay. Right? I can do the intonations a bit. Bill Engvall. What, the okay? I could see that. Yeah, so like the okay for Bill Maher, like, come on. That was one word. I'd have to actually, like, yeah, I'd have to find a thing. I'd have to find a quote and reproduce it. I haven't watched enough Bill Engvall to know if you're wrong or not. It's not a comedian I watch. I don't know, like, people who've seen me do gaming stream on games that don't have voiceover, I kind of fucking nail it for certain characters, don't I? But yeah, that's anecdotal. Doesn't count. I did play Red Dead, yeah. I feel like y'all are trying to, like, could I pull off an Arthur? Nope, shit, that was the other dude. Hold on. Who's, like, the asshole? Damn it, Arthur! Come on! You know you could do better. Right? Who's the guy, right? No, not Micah. No. The other one who's the asshole. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but the other one who's the asshole. You know, black mustache. Bill? Yeah, fuck Bill. I could probably do Arthur too, I just don't remember Arthur's voice right now. Interesting. Ecstasy? Yeah, I don't know, man. I'd have to see the code. Go for it. Yeah, like, dude, we have a programming help channel and everything, man. Use it. Right, like, y'all are picking American accents, right? Let's actually think, like, French characters in American films. I can do their voices, too, right? That's what I think I excel at. Right? But I'm trying to think of, like, a good example now, and I'm failing. Ooh, there's that movie, The Art of the Steal. What is that from, Kinslayer? Jay and Silent Bob, huh? Chris Rock's character? Like, dude, I don't even remember that part, actually. Shit. See, I never watched any of the Cars movies all the way through. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'd need some practice. I'd need some warm-up time. But I think I could nail it voice-wise for some stuff. Here we go. Here's my impression from Idiocracy. Water? Like from the toilet? You're funny. Boom, nailed it. Yeah, there you go, Musty. Nailed it. Water? Like from the toilet? Right? That laugh he does is so good. That is a classic laugh. Hey, yo, get in here, cowboy. I got weed in here. Right? That's just another Southern accent. That one's harder to tell. Oh, I forgot about how much Doug Reamer cares about kids. Right? Did I nail it on the basketball version of the Mr. Garrison voice? Oh, I forgot how much Doug Reamer cares about kids. Or how about the song that plays on the radio? Your life is spinning out of control. You're lost and nothing seems right. You just gotta let them know it was all part of some rich guy's evil plan. Yeah, we'll see, Ecstasy. No worries. Responsive design is tough, man. Yeah, I think it's a thing that you just kind of gotta get. You gotta get, like, just fiddle with it and try with it. You will gain more from figuring it out than you will from being given the answer. I'm gonna say that right now. That is my biggest problem with a lot of, like, juniors these days. They expect things to be handed to them as if they don't need to figure it out. Your biggest skill as a developer is being able to figure it out. By taking the shortcuts on the easier things, you're actually fucking yourself for the harder things. Because you've actually made it to where you have no idea where to go on the harder things. Whereas the easier things, there's so many resources out there available to you to, like, learn this shit and be productive. As far as Tailwind and responsive classes go, etc. So here's my point, Ecstasy. I think you need to recognize that when you do MD hidden, that means it is hidden from every breakpoint on up. Do you need to be setting LG visible? Or LG block or something? Maybe. I think you're missing the fact that MD hidden makes it hidden for everything up from MD. Because Tailwind operates on the progressive, like, mobile first mentality. So something mobile implements everything else. Yeah, so again, ecstasy, I'm just pointing out, there's something going on there that you really need to fundamentally understand. Are you doing like an LG block? Just remember, block is not flex at all. And block and flex are the same CSS property, which is display. That's my guess, right? You're transforming something that is flex for X amount of breakpoints, and then eventually you're making it visible using like LG block or something. But block is not flex. I don't know for sure, I'm just pointing that out. There's at least like a hint for you to do the heavy lifting and figure it out and understand it better. All I'm saying is I'm recognizing at least a heuristic of misunderstanding. I don't need to look at your code right now, and I will not look at your code right now. I might look at it later, but just remember, flex and box are part of the same CSS property. So writing raw CSS instead of Tailwind for some of these things would help teach you why some of this Tailwind stuff doesn't work the way you expected. Not sure. No idea. I'm talking generally, not specifically, so I don't know what your code is doing wrong. That's actually your job. Aldous Huxley, how you doing? Thank you for the follow. I know the term. I forget what Aldous Huxley did. Yeah, it's fine ecstasy, but just remember, every time you're taking a shortcut, you're depriving yourself of a pattern to recognize this shit in the future to fix it right. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's the author Aldous Huxley. Interesting that you say Brave New World instead of... Hold on, wait, Brave New World is actually the first one. There's the second one that's like Braver New World or something, or Brave New World Revisited or some shit. I forget what the sequel is. But yeah, good call. Brave New World. Yeah. Yeah, Aldous Huxley. Good shit. I love the fact that he wrote Brave New World about like the dangers of drugs. And then he wrote the second one about the benefits of drugs. After he had started doing drugs. That part is actually very, like, funny to me. I forget the name of the second book, but I have read the thesis and the points it's making, and it somehow like contradicts the first book in an amazing way. And yes, it's after he actually did some acid for the first time. As far as I know, he had done some type of drugs before then as well that caused the second book to be written. Maybe I'm wrong on that history. Ooh, really? So, Lightspeed, from what I've heard, in Brave New World, the somas or whatever are actually, like, negatively viewed. But, I haven't actually read it. It's not my type of fiction. Here, B, getting water. Yeah, as far as I have remembered the critiques, etc., of those things, it was that Brave New World was about drugs being bad, and the sequel to it was about drugs being good. Again, I have not read it. It's not my type of writing. It's not my type of reading. Yeah. I'd rather read a synopsis. I've tried reading a bit of it, and I just don't like his prose. I don't like the way he presents his arguments and thoughts and dialogue and the way he describes scenery, etc. Like, I don't know. It wasn't for me. I'm a Kurt Vonnegut and Douglas Adams fanboy. Anything that diverges from those, like, styles of writing, I'm good. No thanks. Is that it? Was it? Am I thinking of The Island? I thought there was another one that was like a similar name, like Braver New World or something, but maybe I'm fucking that one up. I do remember he wrote like a pro-drug book. It is Brave New World Revisited. Okay, cool. Just making sure. I thought in Brave New World Revisited, he actually portrays like the effects of, I guess somas is the word, as positive. Again, all I know is what Wikipedia told me. So I could be wrong. And I think Wikipedia, maybe I read it on Reddit. Fuck if I know. I read it somewhere. Alright, so I should probably finish up here soon because it's time for gaming. I haven't heard any response about... okay. So Worm will actually be ready here in a bit. Okay, so we haven't written any of these tests. Alright, we're going to create a leaving off here at the bottom. It's fine, Aldous. Seriously, I would say in the future, maybe adapt a better line of questioning. But just remember, pitting it against another language or framework is the exact wrong approach. right? But a thoughts question is a very low effort question, which means you're going to get low effort answers. Frame your questions better, and you'll start getting better results too. If your question is, do I think it is viable for developing software today? Abso-fucking-lutely. Right? Developer productivity is the most expensive resource any company ever has to deal with. Is it better or worse than X? Fuck no! There's no such thing as better or worse. You need to stop thinking in that mindset. Right? Better or worse without a constraint is meaningless. Alright, so let's go raid. Oh, wait, hold on. Interesting. So I see Travis Vroman. He actually followed 11 hours ago, and I wasn't even streaming at that time. Well, yeah, super cool, man. Oh, Evan J. Stern is playing Dave the Diver. I fucking love that game, Dave the Diver. Dude, Evan J. Stern, killing it. Great game. We're gonna go raid... How about this? If we go raid the Primogen, he'll be done in like an hour anyway, because he ends at about like 8-ish or something. So, yeah, let's go see what he's up to. Let's go say hi, and I got a 50-month sub to shout out while I'm there, so, yeah. Happiness is immeasurable. Productivity is. Developer productivity is important, Aldous. But loving any tech is fucking weird, man. I don't want to know someone who loves their hammer. It's a fucking hammer. Right? Stop loving technology. Just use it to accomplish a task and move on with your day. Alright, so we're gonna go raid the Primogen. We're gonna end the YouTube stream. So thank you all for watching. Appreciate you. Cheers. I'll do it now so I don't forget. Wink.